while the chestnuts on the fire sputtered and crackled noisily. A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone,
said Tiny Tim, the last of all. He sat very close to his father's side. Bob held his withered little hand in his, as if he loved the child and dreaded that he might be taken from him.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, kind spirit. Oh.
What? Will you decide what men shall live and what men shall die?
Say he will be spared.
Why? What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Oh.
Mr. Scrooge! I'll give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, on which one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you do, poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
Well, I'll drink his health for your sake, and the day's, not for his. Long life to him. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh, am I the ogre of the family?
The mention of his name cast a dark shadow on the party, which was not to be dispelled for a full 5 minutes. In the core, the holly on the ivory, they were both full grown, and all the trees that were in the woods, the hollies bear the crown. Riding of the deer, playing of the bell, and singing the choir. Hold onto my robe. To sea.
No, not to the sea.
To sea.
I don't swim. I don't know how to swim.
Scrooge looked down, and to his horror, he saw the last of land, and his ears were deafened by the thundering of water as it rolled and roared and raged. The ghost sped on, and above a black and heaving sea. On, until far away, far from any shore, they lighted upon a ship. Every man upon the crew had a Christmas thought and remembered those he cared for, at least at distance, and knew that they delighted to remember him. Scrooge sat, listening to the moaning of the wave and thinking,
what a solemn thing it is to move on through the lonely darkness of an unknown abyss, whose depth and secrets as profound as death. Fred? Nephew?
Yes, welcome.
Fred.
Someone will have to read that. I don't have it on my page.
Oh, no.
he finds himself in a bright, dry, gleaming room with a spirit standing smiling by his side and looking at that same nephew with approving affability. Ha ha ha, Fred. If you should happen to know a man more blessed in a laugh than Scrooge's nephew, introduce him to me, and I'll cultivate his acquaintance. It's the party. Ha ha ha. Nephew? Niece?
Ha 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 ha. He said that Christmas was a humbug as I live. He believed it too.
More shame for him, Fred.
Bless those women, they never do anything by halves.
He is a comical fellow, that's the truth, and not so pleasant as he might be. But
nothing. I have no patience with him.
Observe Scrooge's niece. All the other guests expressed the same opinion.
I have no patience with him either.
Nor I.
Nor I.
They all had no patience with him.
Oh, I have. I'm sorry for him. He's the only one who suffers by his ill whims. After all, what's the consequence? He don't lose much of the dinner.
I think he loses a very good dinner.
Yes.
An excellent dinner.
Excellent. Well, I'm very glad to hear it because I haven't great faith in these young housekeepers. What do you say, Topper?
I'm a bachelor, a wretched outcast. I have no right to express my opinion on the subject.
Go on, Fred. He never finishes what he begins to say. He is such a ridiculous fellow.
I was only going to say that I mean to give him the same invitation every year, whether he likes it or not. He may rail at Christmas till he dies, but he will find me there year after year, saying, "Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge. How are you?" If it only puts him in the mood to leave his poor clerk £50, that's something.
£50.
And I think I shook him yesterday.
After tea, they had some music, for they were a musical family. Musical family?
I love, my love. This I have done for my true love. Tomorrow shall be my dancing day. I would my true love did so chance to see the legend of my play, to call my true love to my dance.
I know that song. I know that song.
A simple little tune, a mere nothing. You might learn to whistle it in 2 minutes. Sing, oh my love.
I know this song.
My love, my love, my love, my love. This I have done for my true love.
In a manger laid and wrapped I was so very poor. This was my chance betwixt an ox topper and a silly poor ass, to call my true love to my dance.
Little Fan liked to sing it, and often too she sang it in the coach after fetching me from the boarding school.
Sing oh my love, I love my love, this have I done for my true love.
And after a while they played at games. It is good to be children sometimes, and never better than at Christmas, for its mighty founder was a child himself.
I love my love with an A because he is agreeable. I love my love with a B because he is bold. I love my love with a C because he is courageous. I love my love with a D because he is darling. I love my love with an E because he is... Eek.
There was next a game at Blindman's Bluff. Of course, there was.
I know Morbally Topper is really blind, and I believe he has eyes in his boots. It's a done thing between him and Fred, and you, Spirit, you're in on it. He always knows where she is, and he won't catch anybody else. Yeah, I know.
She often cried.
It isn't fair.
And it really was not. But when at last he caught her, when, in spite of all her silken rustlings and her rapid flutterings past him, he got her into a corner whence there was no escape. Then he conducted was most execrable.
Execrable, yeah. Pretending not to know her.
Pretending it was necessary to touch her head dress to assure himself of her identity.
An affront to the understanding.
And further pressing a certain ring upon her finger, and a certain chain about her neck.
Vile.
Monstrous! No doubt she told him of her opinion of it.
Come, I have a new game.
Come, we must go. We must
But there's
go.
going to be a new game, Spirit. Please, one more game. That's one more. That's all I ask.
Only one. Only one?
My heart.
I will think of something. You must find out what. I will only answer your question with a yes or a no.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Is it an animal?
Yes.
Is it a live animal?
Yes.
Is it a tame animal?
No.
Ooh.
A disagreeable animal?
Yes, rather.
A toad.
No.
Does it growl?
Yes.
Does it grunt?
Sometimes.
Is it a savage animal?
Very savage.
A tiger?
A lion.
No and no.
Does it cost a lot of money?
Can it be found in London?
Yes.
Is it kept in a menagerie?
No.
Well, it's very savage.
Very.
Savage?
Yes.
In London?
Yes.
But not in the menagerie?
No, not in the menagerie.
Does it walk freely about the streets?
Yes.
Ah.
How much does it cost?
A mad dog.
No.
A pig.
Eats like one.
An ass.
Acts like one sometimes.
Is it a monkey?
No, close.
Is it a bear?
A what?
A bear.
A bear.
Yes.
No.
A bull.
No.
A cow?
No.
A cat.
No.
A horse.
No.
A chicken?
No.
A mouse?
No.
A flea.
No.
Was it ever killed in the market?
No, though many have tried.
Is it led around by anyone?
No, never.
Fred, how much does it cost? Jeez.
I have found it out. I know what it is, Fred. I know what it is. It's...
What is it?
Tell us. Tell us.
It's your Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, no.
Who is Fred?
Scrooge. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes. Excellent.
Old Scrooge.
An animal is right.
He certainly is a growling, disagreeable beast.
But it wasn't a fair game.
No, it wasn't a fair game. No, it wasn't.
Why not?
Well, when asked if it was a bear, you said no. That answer diverted my attention completely from Scrooge.
Oh, me too.
As if you had any tendency that way.
If Scrooge isn't a bear, who or what is?
That's right.
True.
In my judgment, it wasn't a fair game.
Forgive me. Perhaps I was not absolutely honest with you on that one question. He has given us plenty of merriment. It would be ungrateful not to drink to his health. I say, Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man, wherever he is, whatever he is. He wouldn't take it from me, but may he have it. Nevertheless, Uncle Scrooge.
Here, here.
Here, here.
Here, here.
Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, thank you, dear Fred. And thank you, everyone of you. I know now, and I freely admit that of my past actions and my previous unbearable demeanor, they are gone.
Come, we must go.
Oh, no.
He and the spirit were again upon their travels. The spirit stood beside sick beds, and they were cheerful.
Pity the blind. Memorandum books only a penny apiece. Pity the blind. God bless you, sir.
By poverty, and it was rich. Remember the poor prisoners, some broken bread meat for the poor prisoners, some the Lord's sake, pity the poor prisoners. Thank you, sir, bless you. In poorhouses, hospitals, and jails, in misery, every refuge, the Spirit left his blessing and taught Scrooge his precepts. The ghost grew older, clearly older. Scrooge noticed that his hair was turning gray.
Our spirit's lives so short.
My life upon this globe is very brief. It ends tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight at midnight. Hark! The time is drawing near. Come.
Great Spirit, I am afraid to follow you. I wonder at your powers.
Come. My time is nearly gone.
Forgive me, there is something strange there at the foot of your robe. Is it a foot or a claw? Are you a demon or a devil?
It might be a claw. The flesh there is upon it. Look here. From the foldings of his robe, it brought two children, wretched, abject, frightful, hideous misery. Oh, man, look here. Look down here. A boy and a girl, yellow, hungry, ragged, scowling, wolfish. There were angels might have sat enthroned. Devils lurked and glared out menacing.
Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's.
Oh.
They cling to me, appealing for relief. Fathered by greed, mothered by envy, raised in hatred. This boy is ignorance. This girl is want. Beware them both, but most of all beware this boy, for on his brow I see that written which is doom. Unless the writing be erased, deny it, slander those who speak it, admit it, and make it worse, and bide the end.
Have they no refuge? Have they no resources?
Are there no prisons?
No.
Are there no workhouses?
No, Spirit. Oh.
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Oh, please, please forgive me, Spirit. Please forgive me. Please, Spirit. Oh, Spirit.
He remembered the prediction of old Jacob Marley, and lifting up his eyes, beheld a solemn phantom, draped and hooded, coming, like a mist along the ground, towards him.
I am in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come. You are about to show me shadows of the things that have not happened, but will happen in the time before us. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. Will you not speak to me? Lead on, The night is waning fast, and it is precious time to me. I know. Lead on, spirit.
The city seemed to spring up about them, for they were on the exchange amongst the merchants, back and forth. The spirit stops beside one of the little knot of businessmen. Observing that the hand is pointed to them, Scrooge advances to listen to their talk. No, I don't believe much about it either way. I'm the only one. I know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What was the matter with him? I thought he'd never die.
Ouch.
God knows.
What has he done with his money?
I haven't heard. Left it to his company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me. That's all I know.
No.
It's likely to be very cheap funeral, for upon my life I don't know of anybody to go out of it. Suppose we make up a party and volunteer.
I don't mind going if a lunch is provided, but I must eat.
Well, I am the most disinterested among you, after all, for I never wear black gloves and I never eat lunch. But I'll offer to go if anybody else will. Bye-bye. Speakers and listeners strolled away. Scrooge knew the men and looked towards the spirit for an explanation. Silence.
I know these men also. They are men of business, very wealthy and of great importance.
How are you? Well, the devil got his own at last, eh?
So I am told. Cold, isn't it?
Seasonable for Christmas time. You're not a skater, I suppose.
Oh, no. Something else to think of. Good morning.
Not another word. Why attach importance to the conversation apparently so trivial? What gives?
They went into an obscure part of the town. They were alleys and archways, like so many cesspools, disgorged their offenses of smell and dirt and life upon the straggling streets. The whole quarter reeked with crime and filth and misery.
Knives to grind, knives to grind, knives to grind, knives to grind.
The ways were foul and narrow, the shops and houses wretched, the people half naked, slipshod, ugly. For in this den of infamous resort,
Accident. Horrible railway.
there was a low-browed, beetling shop where iron, old rags, bottles, bones, and greasy offal were bought and sold.
Yikes.
On the floor, piles of heaps of rusty nails, change hinges, files, scales, weights, refuse, irons of all kinds, mountains of unseemly rags, masses of corrupted fat, and sepulchres of bones. Sitting among his wares by a charcoal stove made of old bricks is a gray-haired rascal, 70 years old. He has screened out the cold with a frowsy curtain of miscellaneous tatters hung upon a line. He smokes a pipe in all the luxury of calm retirement. A woman with a heavy bundle silks in.
Hello, Joe. Oh, who's that now?
Hey,
Yeah.
you bet in a better place. Come into the parlor. You have made free of it long ago, you know. And the other two ain't strangers. Stop till I shut the door of the shop. Oh, how it shrieks. There isn't a rusty bit of metal in the place as its own hinges, I believe. And I'm sure there's no old bones here as mine. We're all suitable to our. We're all matched. Come into the parlor. Come into the parlor.
Look
Yikes.
here, old Joe. Here's a chance. His charwoman, his laundress, and his undertaker. We haven't all three met here without meaning it.
Whoa.
Joe.
Joe?
These are nice pieces of cloth. True indeed. Why then don't stand staring as if you were afraid, woman. Well, who's the wiser? We're not going to pick holes in each other's coats, I suppose. Well, if he wanted to keep them after he was dead, a wicked old screw, why wasn't he natural in his lifetime? I wish it was a little heavier judgment, said the woman. Yes, I believe it's no sin. Take the bundle, open it up, Joe. And everybody is lost because Jim is lost.
Because we have a different script.
Not your account, said Joe. I would give another 6 pence if I had been boiled for not doing it.
Mrs. Dilber is next.
Dilber, where is she?
Oh,
Sheets and towels.
Sheets and towels.
And a little wearing apparel, yes. Her account. Well, I've always given too much to the ladies. That's a weakness of mine. And that's the way I ruin myself. And that's your account. If you ask me for another penny and made it a more question, I repent of being so liberal and knock off half a crown.
What do you mean? You never seen a pair of tonga like the likes of these?
yeah. What do you think, Joe?
Hey, his blankets? Oh, blankets? I hope he didn't die of anything catching, eh? Oh, don't you approve? Oh, what do you call wasting, huh? Well, putting him on it to be buried, to be sure. Well, he can't look any uglier than he did that one.
Okay, we're
Lost.
Well, this is page 92 on my script.
Good evening, so long.
One seems to be verse.
This is the one I got. Yes,
Brother.
Why don't we go to page
Go to
82?
Dickens. Scrooge, listen in horror. How's that?
Where's that?
It's at the end of all that stuff.
Yeah, spirit.
Dickens. Back to
Oh, right.
Dickens.
Okay, Dickens. Scrooge. Just a minute. Let me get this. Scrooge.
Okay.
Listed 1982.
Okay.
Scrooge listened in horror. His disgust could hardly have been greater, though they had been obscene demons marketing the corpse itself.
Don't let him. Don't.
This is the end of it, you see. He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive to profit of us when he's dead.
Spirit, I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. Merciful heavens, what is this?
The cover was so carelessly adjusted that the slightest raising of it, the motion of a finger upon Scrooge's part, would have revealed the face.
No avarice, hard-dealing, gripping cares. They have brought him to a rich end.
A cat was tearing at the door, and there was a sound of gnawing rats.
Yikes. Spirit, look, this is a fearful place. In leaving it, I shall not leave its lesson. Trust me. Let us go. I understand you, and I would do it if I could, but I have not the power, Spirit. I have not the power. If there is any person in the town who feels emotion caused by this man's death, show that person to me, Spirit. Oh, look, I beseech you.
The phantom spreads its dark robe before him for a moment, like a wing, and withdrawing it reveals a room by daylight where a mother and her children are. She's expecting some one eagerness. She walks up and down the room, starts at every sound, looks from out the window, glances at the clock, tries, but in vain, to work with her needle, and can hardly bear the voices of children in their play. At length the long-expected knock is heard. She's hurried to the door, and meets her husband, a man whose face is careworn and depressed, though he is young. There is a remarkable expression in it now, a kind of serious delight of which he feels ashamed, and which he struggles to repress. He sits down to dinner that had been hoarding for him by the fire. Long silence.
What news? Is it good or bad?
Bad.
We are quite ruined.
No, there is hope yet, Caroline.
If he relents, nothing is past hope. If such a miracle has happened.
He has passed relenting. He is
I
dead.
knew it.
He is dead.
Thank God. No, forgive me. God, forgive me. I didn't mean that.
Well, to whom will our debt be transferred? And he said to me, when I tried to see him and obtain a week's delay, and what I thought was a mere excuse to avoid me, turns out to have been quite true. He was not only very ill, but dying then.
To whom will our debt be transferred?
I don't know. But before that time, we shall be ready with the money. And even though we were not, it would have been a bad fortune indeed to find so merciless a creditor in his successor. We may sleep tonight with light hearts, Caroline.
How can it be true? The only emotion caused by that man's death is one of pleasure. Let me see some tenderness connected with a death, or that dark chamber spirit with that dead body will be forever with me.
The ghost conducted him through several streets familiar to his feet. They entered poor Bob Cratchit's house. Quiet, very quiet. Even the noisy little Cratchits were as still as statues.
Peter. Peter.
And he took a child and set in the midst of them.
Oh, the color hurts my eyes. It makes them weak to work by candlelight. Where is your father?
It must be near his time.
Past it, rather. But I think it's walking a little slower these past few evenings, Mother.
I have known him walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder, very fast indeed.
And so have I, often.
And so have I.
And so have I.
And there is your father at the door.
Merry Christmas, my dears. You are working so fast. They will be done long before Sunday.
Sunday? Oh, you went today then, Robert.
Yes, my dear. I wish you could have gone. It would have done you good to see how green a place it is. But you'll see it often. I promised him that we would walk there every Sunday. My little child, my little child. I must tell you of the extraordinary kindness of Mr. Scrooge's nephew, whom I have scarcely seen but once. I met him in the street today, and seeing that I looked a little, just a little down, he inquired,
Red.
"What has happened to distress you?" And so, for he was a pleasant-spoken gentleman as you ever heard, I told him, "I'm sorry, heartily sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit," he said, "and heartily sorry for your good wife." By the by, how he knew it, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
Why, that you were a good wife. Everybody knows that. Very well observed, my boy. I hope they do. Heartily sorry for your good wife, if I can be of service to you in any way, he said, giving me his card. That's where I live. Pray come to see. It really seemed as if he had known our Tiny Tim and felt with us. I shouldn't be at all surprised, mark what I say, if he got Peter a better situation.
Only hear that, Peter.
And then Peter will be keeping company with someone and setting up for himself.
Get along with you. Very likely, one of these days. Though there's plenty of time for that, my dear. However, and whenever we part from one another, I am sure we will none of us forget poor Tiny Tim. Shall we? For this first parting that there was among us.
Never, Father.
Never, Father. No, never, Father.
Never.
I am very happy. I am very happy. Tiny Tim, thy childish essence was from God.
Hector, something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. I know it, but I know not how. Tell me what man that was whom we saw lying. dead.
The ghost of Christmas yet to come conveyed him, as before, but did not stay for anything.
Wait, spirit, wait. My house is yonder. Why do you point away? Let me behold what I shall be in days to come.
The spirit stops, and the hand is pointing elsewhere.
Oh, I see. We're in a graveyard. Here then is where that wretched man lies underneath the ground.
It was a worthy place, overrun by grass and weeds, choked up by too much burying, fat with replented appetite. A worthy place.
Before I draw nearer to that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or the shadows that may be only?
Still the ghost points to the grave.
Man lives. Lives will foreshadow certain ends. But if the lives be changed, the ends will change. Say it is thus with what you show me.
The spirit is immovable as ever. Scrooge creeps forward, trembling, and reads upon the stone of the neglected grave his own name.
Ebenezer Scrooge! Am I that man who lays upon the bed? No, spirit! Oh, no, 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 no! No! Spirit, hear me. I am not the man I was. Why show me this if I am past all hope? Good Spirit, pity me. Tell me I may change these shadows you have shown me by changing my life. Good Spirit, I will honor Christmas in my heart and keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me that I may sponge away the writing on this stone.
Scrooge lifts his hands powerfully to the ghost. Gasping at a huge amount of air, he freezes, holding his breath. He saw an altercation in the phantom. It shrunk, collapsed, and dwindled down into a bedpost. Oh, it's day 5. The end of it. Scrooge on his knees hesitantly touches the bedpost. Yes, and the bedpost was his own.
This bedpost is my own.
The bed was his own.
This bed is my own.
The room was his own.
This room is my own.
Best and happiest of all the time before him was his own, to make amends in.
I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and the Christmas times be praised for this. I see it on my knees. Oh, Jacob, on my knees. The shadows of the things that would have been may be dispelled. They will be. I know they will. Oh, I don't know what to do. I am as light as a feather. I am as happy as an angel. I am as merry as a schoolboy. I am as giddy as a broken man. Oh, a Merry Christmas to everybody. A Happy New Year to all the world. Hello there. Whoop. Hello. There's the door by which the ghost of Jacob Marley entered. That's the corner where the ghost of Christmas present held court. There's the window where I saw the wandering spirits. It's all right. It's all true. It's all happened.
Really? For a man who had been out of practice for so many years, it was a splendid laugh. A most illustrious laugh. The father of a long line of brilliant laughs.
What? I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know how long I've been among those spirits. I don't know anything. Among the spirits, I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. Oh, never mind. I don't care. I'd rather be a baby. Hello. Whoop. Hello there.
He was checked in his transports by the churches ringing out the lustiest peals he had ever heard.
Clang, clang, hammer, ding, dong, bell. Well done. Ding, hammer, clang, fast.
Oh, glorious, glorious! He opened the window and put out his head. No fog,
No mist.
clear,
Right.
jovial,
Sorry.
cold,
Cold.
piping for the blood to dance to.
Golden sunlight.
Heavenly sky,
Sweet fresh air.
merry bells.
Oh, glorious.
Oh, glorious! Oh, glorious! Glorious, glorious.
Hey, boy, what's today?
Eh?
What's today, my fine fellow?
Today? Why, Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Day? I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Oh, they can do anything they like. Of course they can. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Do you know the Poulters in the next street, but one at the corner?
I should hope I did.
Oh, an intelligent boy. A remarkable boy. Do you know whether they have sold the prize turkey that was handed there? Not the little turkey, the big one.
What? The one as big as me?
What a delightful boy. It's a pleasure to talk to him. Yes, my buck.
It's hanging there now.
Oh, it is going by.
What? What?
No. I am in earnest. Going by it and tell them to bring it here, that I may give it to them. I may give them the directions where to take it. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with the man in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown.
The boy was off like a shot.
I'll send it to Bob Cratchit. He shan't know who sent it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim. Whoa.
The hand in which he wrote the address was not a steady one, but write it he did, somehow, and went downstairs to open the door, ready for the coming of the turkey. As he stood there, waiting for its arrival, the knocker caught his eye.
I shall love it as long as I live. I scarcely ever looked at it before. What an honest expression it has on its face. It's a wonderful knocker. Hello, how are you? Merry Christmas. That is a turkey. Why, it's impossible to carry that to Camden Town. You must have a cab. Cabby! Oh, cabby!
The chuckle with which he said this, and the chuckle which he paid for the turkey, and the chuckle with which he paid for the cab, and the chuckle he recompensed the boy, were only exceeded by the chuckle with which he ran back to his room, sat down breathless on his bed again, and chuckled till he cried. Shaving was not an easy task, for his hand continued to shake very much, and shaving requires attention. Even more, you don't dance while you're at it.
Yo, watch it. Careful.
He dressed himself all in his best.
Check this out.
Well, at least he was dressed.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
at last got out onto the street.
Oh.
The people by this time pouring forth. Scrooge looked irresistibly pleasant. That 3 or 4 good-humored fellows said,
Good morning, sir. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, of all the happy sound I have heard, these are the happiest.
Coming on towards him, he beheld one of the good people who had walked into his counting house the day before.
Oh, it sends a pang across my heart. But I see the path that lies before me, and I will take it. My dear sir, how do you do? I hope you succeeded yesterday. It was very kind of you. A Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name, and I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardons, and will you have the goodness to...
Lord bless me, sir. Oh, my dear Mr. Scrooge, you are serious?
Yeah, if you please, not a farthing less. A great many back payments are included in it. Will you do me that favor?
Oh, my dear sir. I don't know what to say to such...
Don't say anything, please. Please. Come and see me.
I will. Oh,
good.
I will.
Oh, thank you. I am much obliged to you. I thank you 50 times. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Bless you, sir. Bless you.
He walked about the streets and watched the people hurrying to and fro, and patted children on the head, and questioned beggars, and found that everything could yield him pleasure. He had never dreamed that any walk
That anything
could give him so much happiness. In the afternoon, he turned his steps towards his nephew's house. He passed the door a dozen times and tried to screw up his courage to knock on the door. He tried once more.
I'll try once more.
He tried again.
I'll try again.
Finally, he made a dash and did it.
Is your master at home, my dear?
Yes, sir.
Said Scrooge to the girl.
Where is he, my dear?
He's in the dining room, sir, along with Mistress. I'll show you upstairs if you please.
Well, thank you. He knows me. I'll go in here, my love. There.
Oh my God, where's Scrooge?
Scrooge.
I know, low battery.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
I know.
plug in.
I'm not 28%
Plug in.
here.
I gotta give
What was
myself
that thing?
a boost.
Brr.
Come on. Yikes.
Well, Fred comes in, and dear heart alive, how his niece by marriage started. Scrooge had forgotten, for the moment, about her sitting in the corner with the footstool, and he wouldn't have done it for any other account. Why, bless my soul, cried Fred. Who is that?
I'm lost.
Me too.
Is it you, Uncle Scrooge?
No, we have the guests, number 5.
That's all I
Playing
got.
yes and no.
No, I don't have that. Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all. and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not,
We're
was a
winding it
second
up.
father. He became as good friend, as good as any other master, good a man and good old city new, or any other good old city, town, or borough in the good old world. Some people laughed to see the alteration to him, but yet he let them laugh, and little heeded them, for he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened on that globe for good, at which some people did not have their fill of laughter. At the outset, and knowing that such of these would be blind anyway, he thought it quite as well that they would wrinkle up their eyes and grins as have the malady in less forms. His own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him. He had no further intercourse with spirits, upon the total abstinence of principle, and ever afterwards, as it had always been said of him, that he knew how to keep Christmas well, with any man alive possessed the knowledge. And may that be said of us, of all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed,
God bless us, everyone.
thank you so much. I don't know if those were your scripts, but that was Dickens himself.
All right.
It didn't have that one.
That was the very conclusion of Dickens.
Oh, what a cute puppy. Hey, you said I was supposed to be number 3, and I never even had any lines on the end.
Lucky.
Oh.
No, you did. You said I was doing the last part, and it never came. Oh well. Bye.
Just jumped in there and did it.
No.
I did what? What are you talking about? Oh,
It's over. It's over.
Okay.
You got guests and
The
nephews.
puppy is
named
adorable.
the
Thank
Bring on the
you.
puppies.
How old is the puppy?
Oh, she's
It's a
9
Christmas
weeks
puppy.
old.
Bah!
It was a
9
lot
weeks.
different than
Oh, she's
Shakespeare.
so cute.
Oh, just cute puppy.
I love Richard. I really enjoyed that. I really, really, really enjoyed that Scrooge.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know
Thank
that,
you for doing it.
My
Appreciate
dad
it.
was born in 1921, and he was a very popular in his school. He was very popular, and he played Scrooge every single year from the time he was in kindergarten till the time he graduated. He was always played the lead in the school play.
Well, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Oh, what a great story. That's wonderful.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry
My
Christmas.
battery is gone.
Kilikimaka.
Aloha. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas
Yeah,
and
let
Happy
us
New
know when
Year.
the next meeting and next play will be.
January 11th, and it's Richard III.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Keith.
All right.
Thanks, Richard.
Thanks,
Okay, thank you.
Greetings.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Bye,
God
Jim.
bless us, everyone.
Bye.
See you Wednesday.
God bless us, everyone.
Yeah, that was good.